The new and improved News 6 app is here. We've updated everything and added new features to make it even better, like a more customizable home screen where you can log in and see the stories important to you at a glance. Stream News 6 and News 6 Plus live anywhere, anytime with picture-in-picture playback while you're using other apps on your phone. And now, the More For You section, which offers even more options for you to choose from. Download or update your app today. The new and improved News 6 app. Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG, we're getting results in your neighborhood now at 6 a.m.
Now on News 6 Mornings, exactly 3 years after a man is killed, his murder still unsolved. The new video that just released that could help put an end to the long search. Plus, a man accused of shooting at condos Thanksgiving morning killed by police after refusing to surrender. What we're learning about those scary moments as people prepared their holiday meals.
And we're off to a chilly start across Central Florida once again. Bundle up before you head out. We're starting off in the 40s and 50s, but colder air is on the way as we head into the upcoming work week. Of course, we'll talk about it coming up in a bit.
Good morning, Central Florida. You're watching News 6 Getting Results. I'm Emily McLeod.
And thanks for waking up with us. And this Saturday, I'm meteorologist Michelle Morgan.
We're waking up. It's really cold outside.
It is cold outside. Yes, when I stepped outside this morning, I was like, oh, I can handle it. And then the wind just hits you.
We obviously planned our outfits accordingly with our black turtlenecks.
And then I had to add another layer. And I was like, yeah, this is better.
This feels right.
So yeah, as you're heading out the door this morning, you're going to want to put some layers on. Even this camera shot of the downtown area. This is from our Light Orlando camera delivering hope. It just looks cold out there. Good thing I'm not tracking any rain to add to the chill, so it's a dry start to our morning. So here's what you can expect, not only for today, for the next several days. It's a chilly start. We are looking at a pleasant but breezy afternoon, and we had a cold front that moved through yesterday. There's another one on the way tomorrow, so that cold front is going to be stronger, and that is going to bring some colder air, some Arctic air to Central Florida, so some frost will be possible across a majority of the region. By the end of the week, of course, the colder weather doesn't last too long in our area. We'll be warmer back in the 70s across Central Florida. As you're getting ready, about to head out the door, here's a look at your current temperatures. Ocala, good morning. You're at 41. Orlando at 50. Sanford at 48, DeLand, you're at 45, as well as Daytona Beach, Palm Coast at 44, and Cape Canaveral, good morning, you're starting off at 53. Now that cold front yesterday, it brought some showers, some downpours, but all of that has moved out. We are looking at some strong winds out of the north, continuing to pull in that cooler air. We have winds sustained at 14 miles per hour in Orlando, 10 miles per hour in Daytona Beach, and 11 miles per hour in Cocoa Beach, as well as Cape Canaveral. So here's a look at your planning forecast. We'll continue to see those clouds thin through today. We'll stay in the 50s through most of the morning, upper 50s by 11, and then a daytime high of 69. Now, as I mentioned, colder is on the way. Of course, we'll talk about that coming up in a bit.
All right, Michelle, thank you. So this video behind me is newly released surveillance video from the murder of 35-year-old DJ White. 3 years later, his murder is still unsolved, but his family has been holding out hope and believes this video could be the key to finding his killer. News 6's Laverne McGee spoke with his mother, who says it's been agonizing since he's been gone.
A 20-shot male-wearing ski mask. Another person called, heard 9 shots.
We're following the latest this morning on a scary Thanksgiving shooting in Ormond by the Sea. This is newly released body cam video of the scene where officials say a man fired off more than 200 rounds at a condo complex early Thursday morning. According to the sheriff's office, he had a history of mental illness, so News 6 is choosing not to name him. The sheriff's office says they responded and tried to de-escalate the situation as he was firing at them and other residents, but he refused to put the weapon down. They say that's when they fired back and killed him. Deputies say they were originally called for someone who was acting suicidal. They say no one else was hurt and the investigation is ongoing. Turning now to results 2024, Canadian officials say Prime Minister Justin Trudeau was at Mar-a-Lago last night to talk about the tariffs President-elect Donald Trump is planning to impose once he takes office. The Prime Minister says he believes Trump will follow through on the proposed 25% tariff to goods coming from Canada. Trudeau believes while the tariffs will make it difficult for Canadian companies, it will also make it hard on U.S. buyers. Current President Joe Biden also says he believes it might not be in the best interest of the country.
We're surrounded by the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and two allies, Mexico and Canada. And the last thing we need to do is begin to screw up those relationships.
Trump has also said he wants to place a 25% tariff on Mexican goods and a 10% tariff on goods coming from China. Small businesses across the country are planning big events today as part of Small Business Saturday. The event started back in 2010 as a way to get people to shop locally when they're buying presents. Officials say the day matters even more now as people are expected to spend nearly $200 less at small businesses this year. That's a 40% decrease from what people spent last year, and holiday sales account for a big chunk of that. But we've got places you can visit to prop up our favorite small businesses here in Central Florida. So in Orlando, Curry Ford West is hosting their Sip, Shop, and Score event from noon until 5 o'clock. Lake Nona is holding a market from noon to 4 today. And in Brevard County, Cocoa Village is holding a Sip and Stroll from 5 o'clock until 9. If you want a full list of what's going on, we have a breakdown over on clickorlando.com. And many shoppers, they already warmed up their wallets ahead of today. Some set their alarms for the crack of dawn to snag those Black Friday deals. International Drive's premium outlets in Orlando were a prime destination for locals and tourists alike. News 6's Angie Quesada has more on shoppers who expected to make the most of their holiday shopping spree.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. Engines full power. And liftoff. Go SpaceX, go Falcon, go Starlink.
Another successful launch for SpaceX from the Space Coast early this morning. The Falcon 9 took off just after midnight, carrying 24 Starlink satellites successfully into low Earth orbit. Shortly after liftoff and stage separation, that Falcon 9 landed on the Just Read the Instructions drone ship in the Atlantic Ocean. This Falcon 9 had previously taken Crew 8 to the ISS and carried the Polaris Dawn mission. Time now is 6:09. Let's go and check back in with meteorologist Michelle Morgan. She's in our Pinpoint Weather Center. Michelle, you are tracking the cold weather for us this morning.
Yeah, it is here. So if you are heading out the door or about to head out the door, you'll definitely need to bundle up because look at your current temperatures. We are starting off in the 40s and 50s across Central Florida. And of course, we are looking at a brisk wind, so it's going to make things feel even much colder than what they actually are. So Ocala, you're starting off at 41 degrees, 43 in the Villages. Orlando, good morning. You're at 50. And then as we head to our coastal communities here, 49 in New Smyrna Beach and 53 in Cape Canaveral. Here are your wind chill temperatures, 36 in Ocala. Again, this is what it feels like on the skin. And the Villages feeling like 42 degrees, 48 in Orlando, 40 in Daytona Beach, and 43 in Palm Coast. So we had a cold front that moved through yesterday. It kicked up our winds out of the north, and we're looking at wind gusts of 19 miles per hour in Sanford, 22 miles per hour in Orlando, 23 miles per hour in Palm Coast, and Cocoa Beach at 16 miles per hour. So for today, things will remain pretty windy, and then also with the cooler temperatures staying in the 50s and 60s across the area. As we take a look at your what to wear forecast, we'll see plenty of sunshine when the sun is up, officially at 7 o'clock this morning. We'll stay in the lower 50s around 9, upper 50s around 11, and then we're in the upper 60s around 3 o'clock. So if you think things are cold now, we have colder air on the way next week. Of course, I'll break it all down coming up in a bit.
Yeah, and to keep up with that cooler weather coming in, you can download our free News 6 Pinpoint Weather app. Just search the WKMG in your app store. Well, people across Central Florida are getting in the Christmas spirit. One group is helping people have a happy holiday. Coming up, the firefighters preparing to give kids a very Merry Christmas. You're watching News 6 Mornings. We're getting results for our friends in Sanford, Lake Mary, and all of Central Florida. We'll be right back.
News 6 is giving back this holiday season by making local kids happy for so many reasons.
Angel Tree is here to spread joy near and far.
With help from News 6 and our friends at B-Farm.
Each angel is a child or senior in need.
Adopting one will make you feel merry indeed.
Can't make it to a store or don't have the time? You can buy or ship your gifts online.
Go to clickorlando.com/angeltree and start spreading joy to our neighbors in need.
There are several reasons why the holidays are special, including the spirit of giving that brings our communities together. Yesterday, firefighters in Seminole County became Santa's helpers as they built dozens of bikes for children in need. News 6's Jarrell Baker was there as they prepared to make Christmas dreams come true. Meteorologist Michelle Morgan joins us now. So good to see our first responders giving back in this way, building the bikes. I know so many kids are going to be so pumped to get a bike on Christmas morning.
Oh my gosh, of course. It's very exciting. And you know what? I just want to give props to our first responders, because not only are they out there saving lives, they're out there just out in the community.
Finding time to do more.
It just amazes me. Thank you so much for your service and everything like that. It's just great to see. And you know, a lot of folks will be out and about this weekend. You know, it's Small Business Saturday, and a lot of us are still continuing our Black Friday shopping. And you know, the weather is gonna feel like like the holidays while you're out and about.
It's gonna trick you into spending more money.
It sure is, so be careful. So as you're heading out the door this morning, here's what you need to know. It is a cold start. Many of us are starting off in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. We had a cold front that moved through yesterday. That's why we're starting off so cold. And some of us saw some rain yesterday. Not everyone, but some of us saw good soaking rain across Central Florida. Now, not the case today. We'll be mainly dry, a pleasant afternoon, even though it is starting off chilly. We'll warm up into the 60s across Central Florida. Now, if you think it's cold right now, just wait. Another cold front is moving through the area on Sunday, and that is going to bring even colder air to Central Florida. So many of us will be waking up with frost across Central Florida. And then today's November 30th, so that marks the end of hurricane season. I'm so happy to report that. Let's talk about the setup here. Satellite and radar imagery, I'm not tracking any rain. There's our first cold front to our south and east. Air of high pressure will continue to keep things rather quiet as we go through the next several days. And our secondary cold front is draped over northern Texas, and that is going to head our way on Sunday, bringing those colder temperatures to Central Florida. Now, right now, here's what we're looking at. Ocala, the Villages, and Wildwood, you are starting off in the lower 40s. Orlando at 50, Kissimmee at 51, Daytona Beach, DeLand at 45, Palm Coast at 43, and as we head out to Cocoa Beach and Melbourne, you're starting off in the middle to upper 50s. So once again, you'll need to layer up before you head out the door. We are dealing with strong winds, so that is creating a wind chill. So here's what it feels like on the skin. 36 degrees in Ocala, 31 in Gainesville, 48 in Orlando, 43 in Sanford, 45 in DeLand, and 40 degrees in Daytona Beach. So here's the wind situation. Wind gusts, again, sustained out of the north, continuing to pull in that colder air. 18 miles per hour in Sanford and New Smyrna Beach, 21 miles per hour in Orlando, and 19 miles per hour in Cape Canaveral. And it will remain windy as we go through your entire Saturday, breezy as we head into our Sunday. Here's a look at your planning forecast. We'll continue to see clouds thin through today and temperatures steady in the lower 50s as we go through the morning. By 11, we're in the upper 50s, and then by 1, we're in the lower 60s, and then eventually hitting a daytime high of 69 degrees in Orlando. For the rest of us here, we will be below average. We're looking at 66 in Claremont, 65 in Leesburg, 66 in the Villages, and 64 degrees in Palm Coast, 70 in Cape Canaveral, Cocoa Beach, and Melbourne. So let's go ahead and talk about the colder air that will be heading our way. We're looking at our wake-up temperatures in the lower 40s as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday. Those mornings will be our coldest mornings, and of course with the strong winds it's going to feel much colder. Now tonight temperatures will dip into the 30s and 40s once again. So Sunday morning there is a frost potential for areas that are highlighted in that magenta color. So again, if you have sensitive plants, go ahead and cover them up so they don't die. Here's a look at your 7-day. 69 today, 52 tonight, 71 tomorrow. Cold front arrives, and look at your temperatures next week. We're in the lower 60s on Tuesday, and those morning temperatures starting off in the lower 40s.
All right, Michelle, thank you. Does your kitchen ever smell and you wonder why? You took out the trash, you've done everything. Well, it could be your garbage disposal. Coming up, News 6's handy newsman Eric Von Aiken shows you how to get results and get it fixed. But first, get those tickets out. Here's a look at the winning numbers from last night's Florida Lottery drawings. Good luck.
Subscribe to News 6's Strange Florida newsletter at clickorlando.com/newsletters.
We've all dealt with it, that pesky, stuck garbage disposal. You've tried everything to fix it. It just isn't working. But as News 6's handy newsman Eric Von Aiken shows us, there is a quick fix that will help you get right back to cleaning those dishes. Coming up on News 6 Mornings, it's been nearly 3 years since DJ White was killed and his murderer still on the loose. The new video that was just released that could put his suspected killer behind bars. Michelle.
And it is a cold start to our morning across Central Florida, but look what's heading our way. Even colder air as we head into Tuesday morning when many of us close to the lower 30s. Of course, we'll talk more about that colder weather heading our way coming up in a bit.
Plus, scary moments Thanksgiving morning as a man shoots over 200 rounds at a condo complex. The new video just released showing us the moments before he was killed by deputies. You're watching News 6. We'll be right back.
I'm your News 6 Insider Guide. Go to clickorlando.com and sign up to be an insider. I'll bring you exclusive contests, stories, and behind the scenes from News 6. Hurry, it's free.
Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG, we're getting results.
Now on News 6 Mornings, a man firing off hundreds of rounds at a condo complex Thursday morning. Now killed by law enforcement after refusing to surrender. The new body cam video just released. Plus, a father killed and his murderer never found. What his family is saying after new surveillance video was released that could help lead to his killer. Welcome back to the morning news. Time now is 6:30 on your Saturday. You're watching News 6 Getting Results. I'm Emily McLeod. Before we update you on our top stories, meteorologist Michelle Morgan has a quick check of our chilly forecast today, and she has a gorgeous view of Daytona Beach right behind her.
Yes, a beautiful view out there right now, Emily. Now, the sun is not up yet. We're almost there. Official sunrise today is 7 right on the dot. So we are looking at some sunlight, beautiful, gorgeous colors, but some high-level clouds. We'll continue to see this setup as we go through today, but it is a cold start. We're starting off at 45 degrees, and it's also windy. Northwesterly winds at 10 miles per hour and stronger gusts of 24 miles per hour. And we're going to keep the winds around as we go through your Saturday as well as your Sunday. So here's what you can expect. It's a chilly start. We are looking at a pleasant afternoon with our temperatures climbing into the middle to upper 60s and really no rain in the forecast. But even though if you're not a fan of the colder weather, unfortunately, we are looking at even colder air heading our way beginning Monday and Tuesday morning, lasting through Wednesday, and frost will certainly be possible for a good chunk across Central Florida. And great news here, if you're a fan of the warmer weather, things will warm up nicely as we wrap up the work week with temperatures rebounding back into the 70s. So right now we are starting off at 42 in the Villages, Ocala at 41, Orlando at 50, and Cocoa Beach at 56 degrees. And of course, with the strong winds, here's what it feels like. 36 in Ocala and Wildwood, 48 in Orlando, and 56 in Melbourne. So temperatures will climb into the 60s today, tomorrow a little bit milder. And of course, I'll have that full forecast coming up shortly.
Turning now to results 2024, President-elect Donald Trump continues his transition into office as he met with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau last night. CBS's Wendy Gillette has the latest on that meeting about the potential tariffs Trump wants to impose. Another big weekend for soccer fans in Orlando. We're still riding last week's high from the Orlando Pride becoming national champions. And now the men's team, Orlando City, will take on the New York Red Bulls in the Eastern Conference Finals. We could see history as a win this week would put them in the league finals. So if Orlando City wins the finals, Orlando would become the first city in U.S. professional soccer to host both the men's and women's trophies in the same year. If Orlando City wins, they'll face the winner of the Seattle Sounders and LA Galaxy game in the league finals. Tonight's game is at 7:30 at Inter Stadium in Orlando. Let's check back in with meteorologist Michelle Morgan. She's in our Pinpoint Weather Center. It's going to be a chilly night for fans at Inter Co, but definitely worth it to see the Orlando City. They're going to win this game.
Oh yeah, of course they're going to win this game. Yeah, but if you are heading out to the game later on this evening, you're going to have to bundle up. Things are going to get rather chilly once again across Central Florida. And we are looking pretty chilly as we kick off our Saturday morning. Check out your current temperatures here. The Villages at 42, Leesburg, Claremont, good morning, you're at 44. Orlando, you're at 50, 56 in Cocoa Beach, 45 in Daytona Beach, and 41 degrees in Palm Coast. It is breezy out there, so we are dealing with a wind chill temperature. So even though temperatures are in the 40s and 50s, it feels so much colder than that because of those strong northerly winds. And we're going to keep the winds around all day today and also tomorrow. So as we take a look at your morning forecast here, we'll see some clouds, temperature steady in the lower 50s in Orlando. By 11, we're in the upper 50s, and we're looking at a nice afternoon. We'll see our daytime highs reach the upper 60s for many locations. Orlando high of 69, Claremont 66, Kissimmee at 68 degrees. And check out our coastal areas. We're looking at 70 in Melbourne, 70 in Cocoa Beach, and 70 as well in Cape Canaveral. Now, I do want to show you the temperature trend as we go through the next several days. We had a cold front move through yesterday, and there's another one on the way tomorrow. It's going to be strong. It's going to bring our temperatures in the 60s as we head into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but our morning temperatures even colder than what we're dealing with right now. I'll show you how cold coming up in my full forecast. Emily?
All right, Michelle. Thank you. Christmas is our favorite time of the year here at News 6 because we help get results for families bringing Christmas to their doorstep. Coming up, we meet a woman who gave up everything and now is trying to give her kids a happy holidays. You're watching News 6, getting results for all of Central Florida on air and on the News 6 mobile app. We'll be right back.
See Ginger Gadsden only on News 6.
We're partnering with BFAR Contracting and the Salvation Army to bring a very Merry Christmas to families with the Angel Tree program. But for one mom who left everything behind to give her kids a better life, it's about giving them the Christmas they deserve. You can still pick up any Angel Tree tags at locations from across Central Florida to help give families a very Merry Christmas. At last check, just over 3,700 angels have been adopted. That leaves just under 2,300 angels left across Central Florida. You can pick up tags at participating Chick-fil-A's in Central Florida and the Mall at Millennia. Or if you want to help from home, you can get an angel online and see their entire wish list. Just head to clickorlando.com for more information. They make it so easy for you to pick up an Angel Tree tag because I know we all love Chick-fil-A. I know some of us are going there a lot this holiday season. And then Mall Millennia, if you're doing Christmas shopping there, and online, if you do a lot of it online. So it's pretty much for every shopper, you know, that is going to be on their way. And the gifts they're so easy to give.
They are. And, you know, they make it convenient for you. And you really do make someone's Christmas.
You really do.
I mean, you look at that story that we just saw.
I remember my first year here at 6 and watching the Angel Tree Day, where everyone comes and picks up their gift. And I remember just being so blown away by the impact it has. So if you're able to give, Angel Tree is a great way to do so.
It is.
This holiday season.
And if you are heading out, you know, you'll need to bundle up. I always say, you know, both of us, when it's chilly outside, it really puts you in the holiday spirit. So again, you might have to be a little careful when you're spending, but we are looking at a pleasant afternoon, even though it is starting off cold, and plenty of sunshine. Really no significant rain in the forecast. Some of us got some rain yesterday due to that cold front. But we have another cold front heading our way on Sunday, and that is going to bring some frosty temperatures, mornings to our area beginning Tuesday morning. I'll show you how cold coming up in a bit. Now, today's November 30th, and that marks the end of hurricane season. I'm so happy to report that there. Now, as we take a look at your current temperatures as you're heading out the door, we'll start off with Ocala at 41, the Villages at 42, good morning, Orlando at 50, Daytona Beach at 45, and Palm Coast at 41, good morning, Melbourne. You're starting off at 55 degrees. Now, we are dealing with some strong winds due to that frontal boundary that moved through, getting wind gusts of 24 miles per hour in Daytona Beach, 23 miles per hour in Cape Canaveral, as well as Orlando, 18 miles per hour in Ocala and Leesburg, and 23 miles per hour in Lakeland. So that's creating a bit of a wind chill as you're heading out the door. So again, bundle up as you're heading out. It is cold outside. So as you take a look at your what to wear forecast here, we'll see sunny conditions, breezy, and we're looking at our temperatures remaining in the lower 50s as we go through the next couple of hours. By 11, we're in the upper 50s, and then we're hitting our daytime high around 3 o'clock this afternoon, a high of 69 degrees. So you may have to trade the sweater probably for a light jacket or cardigan later on today. Now, for the rest of us here, Ocala, you'll see a daytime high of 64, as well as Palm Coast, Wildwood at 66. 65 in Leesburg and 68 degrees in Kissimmee, and milder along our coastline, especially out in Brevard County. Melbourne, you'll see a daytime high of 70 degrees this afternoon. So your clouds and rain forecast looking good. We'll continue to see partly cloudy skies as we go through today. A few isolated pop-up showers are possible only along our coastline. Inland spots are fine. And then heading into tonight, depending on where you live, you'll see either clear skies or partly cloudy skies. Now let's go ahead and talk about the colder air moving in. So that cold front moving in Sunday. That's going to drop our morning temperatures into the 40s on Monday. And Tuesday and Wednesday, those will be our coldest mornings out in the metro area in the lower 40s. But of course, with the wind chills, it's going to feel like the middle to upper 30s in many spots. So frost is certainly possible. Now, your forecast highs on Tuesdays, look at this. We're going to see lower 60s for majority of the area, but some spots will struggle to get into the 60s. I'm talking about Ocala, Palm Coast, Daytona Beach. You get the picture. It's going to be a pretty chilly day as we head into our Tuesday afternoon. And normally we're supposed to be in the middle to upper 70s, so we will be below that. So here's a look at your 7-day, walking you through it. Breezy today, 69. Tonight, 52. Tomorrow, a little bit warmer with a high of 71. Cold front arrives. That's going to drop our morning temperatures in the upper 40s to kick off our work week. And then that cold Arctic air heads our way as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday morning, Emily.
All right, Michelle, thank you. You're watching News 6, getting results for all of Central Florida on air and on the News 6 mobile app. We'll be right back.
The News 6 Plus app is available on your Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and Android TV streaming devices. Download today.
Whoa, what is happening?
We're packing up our newscast and taking it on the road.
Oh, that's happening now?
Now, so let's go.
Every month, we're broadcasting live from a different community.
Because we want to speak with you, hear about the things that concern you most.
It's time you create the roadmap for our newscast. See what I did there?
WKMG hits the road live. Want us to come to your neighborhood?
Go to clickorlando.com/hitstheroad and tell us where to go next.
This portion of the news is sponsored by ICE, featuring Elf at Gaylord Palms.
So check this out. Researchers in Peru just discovered what they believe to be a more than 10 million year old crocodile fossil. The researchers who found it says it could have been measured between 10 and 13 feet long. The specific type of crocodile only currently lives in Asia. They say this crocodile is most likely a juvenile. They say the only part missing is a piece of the croc's left arm and a part of the tail.
Wow.
So pretty, I don't know how often it is that you find a complete fossil, but I'd say they did pretty good. They found about 90% of it.
They did. It was just missing an arm and a tail.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty good, right?
I think it's still functional.
Right.
You know, without those things.
Definitely. So such a cool find, but
very cool.
People are not going to have to look hard for the cool weather today.
No, not at all. Check out your 7-day. It's going to be nice this weekend, but then another cold front arrives tomorrow, and that is going to bring some frosty temperatures as we head into our Tuesday and Wednesday morning. So bundle up.
Bundle up. Thank you so much for joining us this morning on News 6. CBS Saturday Morning is coming up. Remember, we always break news on clickorlando.com. Happy Saturday.